Michael Todd. Did you see the video?
I did. I mean, it was gross. He came out and said it was gross, but I'm thinking, it was his brother. His brother gave him consent. You know what I'm saying?
It was still gross. Bro.
I'm more, I get it, but like I said, I'm more pressed about
the $1,200 shoes he's wearing.
Yeah, I'm more pressed about that stuff. But like I said, at the end of the day, I don't know him. I don't know his heart. But like Ruslan did a reaction to his apology. If you guys don't watch his channel, check it out. I like it. But in the last few minutes, he talks about, preachers should be shepherds. And then he talked about like these different, mega church pastors and the issues of that and stuff. I kind of like how he explained that.
So go a little bit into it. What did he really say? So pastors
are shepherds. Like you're bearing the burdens of your sheep. And then that's kind of hard. He's like, he mentioned like the bigger the churches get, or like the more popular in your production crew and this and that, the more sheltered away the pastor is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then it was questioned like, where were the elders in the church to be like, hey,
that's not spitting on your brother's face is not a good idea.
And who knows? Maybe they all got together and was like, yeah, that sounds good.
That's a great idea.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What got me too, though, is like prior to, I've heard people say, oh, prosperity pastor and this and that. And I don't necessarily buy into that kind of stuff either. Like, I'm not going to knock someone just because they speak really well. But a lot of people flipped on the dude quick, man.
Well, here,
and I think as Christians, I think we should be more... We should redefine or deconstruct our ideas of what we think church is and what pastors are and stuff. Like, Ruslan went into the Bible. He brought up Timothy and talked about, the qualifications of being a leader.
Yeah.
And then he was like, does this really sound like your 32-year-old dude? And I'm like, no,
it doesn't.
You know what I mean? It doesn't.
So let's check out a little clip of the video.
Okay.
All right, check it out. It was gross.
It was gross.
Like, it was pretty gross. I do believe that it did take away from Jesus, right? And that's what even Mike Todd said it on his rebuttal, right? Yeah. When he posted the video and talked about, hey, I'm sorry, this went that way. At the end of the day, the things that we do on the platform should always point to Jesus, right?
Yeah.
And that illustration took away from Jesus, brought grossness, right, to the stage, to him. And regardless, dude, like, outside people, once again, crazy Christian pastor spits loogies on his fan and rubs them on his brother. Like, did that bring glory to God? The Bible talks about in everything you do, right? Bring him glory.
Yeah, but I don't think it was necessarily.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, but
he's all about like being viral,
doing a sin. He's all about being viral and things like that. But you know what I mean? There's people in churches that are consumed by that. And it's like, if you don't have that, then you're not even really doing church anyway.
Okay, so then here we go. We talk about the Western church is like entertainment business. Like, what did that have to do? Like, did that illustration really need to take place to glorify God, to spread the gospel?
No, I don't think so. And, I bring it again. Ruslan mentioned, there's people, and I'm not saying this is him. I don't know Pastor Mike Todd, but I'm just speaking from the regular average Joe dude, and that's a Christian trying to figure his own way. But it seems like there's people that would be better at doing some sort of, you're a content creator, or you're making like 12-minute reels for YouTube or something like that. Not necessarily pastors should be shepherds.
Yeah.
But the church is all like, we got to bring people in. We got to fill the seats up. We got to get the tithes. We got to buy new lights. We got to have the welcome team. They got to be holding signs. They got to.
We need the LED lights. We need the LED screen. Dude, those screens are like $100,000. That's what I'm saying.
When I internshipped at a church that here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, I think you maybe bleep that out so nobody finds me. But these lights, dude, little lights everywhere. Like, one of the little lights was $30,000, man. I just couldn't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that to this day.
Yeah, I get.
But isn't it called like the church is getting cooler? Like, with like production and this and that. Church is getting cooler, but church attendance is getting lower.
That's a good point.
So I think the realness. I think the Word of God and Jesus and all, he don't need all that. and that we got to bring people in, and we got to have this, and we got to have the little videos of, you know what I'm saying. He don't need all that. That's why I say when I do this, I'm a YouTuber that's a Christian. I'm not necessarily a Christian YouTuber because I want people to view. I want to maybe start getting checks for this one day. You know what I'm saying? What I do with that money is different. You know what I'm saying? Keep a little bit, maybe do something for people or whatever. But I'm not. I don't know.
I will.
You're a pastor of a church. Pastors are shepherds. My opinion. Yeah.
I don't know, man. We know we have a friend who goes to Transformation, right? Shout out. I don't even want to say his name.
You want to? I thought about that at this, and I was like, dang, you know.
But this nothing but good comes from his mouth, right? Nothing but good has come from his mouth, talking about Pastor Mike Todd.
Yeah, and we're outsiders, you know what I'm saying?
But it's just bad publicity. And I know you said like, oh, it's not a big deal, but we don't need non-believers give them more fuel to like hate Christians.
Yeah, but we're going, like, look at me and my own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna give unbelievers fuel, dude. That's just the way it is. But I do think to be a pastor, you should have a certain level of like legitness about you. Like, I think of my pastor, and yeah, he ain't perfect. Sometimes he makes me want to choke him. You know what I'm saying? But he's a different kind of dude, and I've met other men like that before, but they're few and far in between. Yeah, they're definitely not wearing $2,000 kicks, looking slick, writing books. And I'm not hating on people that do all that. You know what I'm saying? But
like, I don't know, man. It just didn't sit well with me. It was gross. Like, it was very unnecessary. And I know that he was talking about like making the Bible come alive, like trying to illustrate well. I think he knew what he was doing. He knew he was going to get bad publicity, but publicity is publicity. He even said it in the apology. He's like, I ask you to go see the whole sermon, not just the 3-minute segment. Go back and watch it. Like, he knew what he was doing, bro. Regardless if there's people around him. So maybe he even told people around him, like, hey, we're going to get bad publicity, but it's still publicity. Yeah. Don't even care. I'm doing this. And they're like, yeah, that's a great idea. Spitting loogies on your brother is a great idea.
But what's the different? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I think a pastor should be a shepherd, and there's people that can do different things. Like I said, I would do something controversial just to bring some exposure to the channel. Like, I've thought about commenting on some other people's stuff that I see, and like saying something, so they would like, who's this guy? Look at it, and then they see. You know what I'm saying? And
didn't you do that to some chick on Twitter?
I did, and then I deleted it. So I think there's a place for people like, and like I say, I'm not saying that he's not a pastor, you know what I'm saying, or I'm trying to take it away, but I do, for that kind of creative, that this and that, I do think that there's a place for that, but I don't know if that's what pastoring a church is supposed to look like. You know what I mean?
I'll be honest, dude. I had aspirations. I thought I had a calling to be a pastor. And then when I started to see people's drama, dude, I was like, I'm not built for this. Like, cause I won't even like, I'll be like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so much drama. It's so many, like you said, it's so much burdens that pastors should be carrying. Yeah. But it just, and like you said, we're not in the inner circle, but it just seems like it's like an entertainment corporate kind of deal. I'm the CEO of this church, and not necessarily pastoring, like you said, mentoring, carrying each other's burdens, like kind of deal. I've been around, I've seen some stuff, and it just doesn't seem like, I'm not knocking the church. Yeah. Not knocking the church, but are we missing the mark with what church should be?
No, I think I think we're gonna miss the mark until Christ returns. You know what I'm saying? But I think we can strive to do a little bit better, and then understand that America does. I've been to different countries, and I've seen Christians do things a little bit differently than we do here. But then we've taken what we've done and taken it to other countries too, and then they start copying what we're doing and this and that. But I like how Ruslan said it. A pastor should be a shepherd, And then it talks about in Timothy the qualifications.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I maybe like if you're gonna have somebody like Mike Todd out there and they're talking, but maybe there's the OGs in the church that really run it. You know what I mean? Like we're the old guys, we're the married. We don't drink. We're not boastful. We're loving. We actually run the church. You're just the little
The
dude
face.
that gets
You're just the viral guy.
Yeah.
The entertainment business guy.
Maybe. I don't know. Churches get scared and they think, oh, we're not gonna get people in, and we're not gonna be able to pay the bills and to do this and do that. And I think you can have the most raggedy church, but if you got like genuine people and a genuine shepherd and stuff like that, it ain't gonna matter how cool and whatever.
Right.
Gonna be in there anyway. I don't know. It's one extreme to the other. Then you have the little church of people that are all family. They all know each other, and the dude's running around with a king cobra. This fool ain't really trying to illustrate.
I think this
really believed
this fool believed it, right? So this is one of those things where misinterpreting the Bible, like we talk about. There's
and no disrespect to any of my kinfolk out there that that's carrying around today. I'm joking.
No, but we talk about descriptive, like directive and descriptive, right? Like there's messages in the Bible, it's written in a descriptive form, like to describe something, right? And then there's prescription, like you are to do this, thou shalt, right? Those are prescribed commands. Then there's descriptive. Like, so this dude was looking at the passage, like you shall hold snakes and whatever, right? Not be bitten. You shall drink poison and not die. Like that's where the scripture comes from.
Yeah.
And this pastor believed it. This fool believed it. Has a rattlesnake in the church and is just waving it around.
Well, so with a bunch of those guys do that though. There's churches there that do that.
That's crazy.
I'm thinking about doing it myself, just to see if my faith is true.
You do that, and I'll carry you to the hospital. Let's bring one of these rattlesnakes in this in the podcast right now.
You'll do it. Next episode, we're gonna have rattlesnakes, guys, and we're gonna drink poison.
How about we do that? We drink poison. You drink poison with
and
the COVID, with the vaccine.
Yeah.
Since you already vaccinated,
how about I just go and get as many vaccines as I can?
I think sometimes we lose like what church should be because we're trying to be too entertainment, too entertaining. I get it. We have to try to bring new people to the kingdom. And is that entertainment? How do we get people to come to church, right?
I think sometimes that might be those kind of churches kind of do. They add like the shock value to bring people in. Maybe somebody's not believers or whatnot. I don't know. Yeah. But I've heard people compare those to like the Kenneth Copelands and whatnot of today,
right?
The Benny Hinn's and all those dudes of today. And I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know, but I can't say this that it feels good to have an older man of God in my life that could mentor me or whatnot. And I know that the church that he goes to, there's several older men. You know what I'm saying? And then there's young adults and this and that, but there's nothing like an old, wise, experienced shepherd, pastor. You know what I mean? When I went to the church and I went and seen the pastor, because I thought like, oh, we're plugged into small groups and we're doing this. But I'm like, man, these small group people, I don't think they got what me and my wife need to get us through. Yeah, people are loving this, but these people ain't got what me and my wife need to get us through this. I'm going to go talk to the pastor. I'm going to get all my courage and I'm going to approach him after church and I'm going to ask him. And I did it, you know what I mean? Scared. Like I was going to meet a celebrity and I'm like, hey man, me and my wife this, and he's like, oh yeah, you know what? Just send me an email and we'll get something worked out for you. I'm like, this is it. God's making a way. And then I email him and then he CC'd his desk clerk asking if they can find a nice place. I'm like, nah, dog.
Yeah.
That don't work for me.
But the dude was also like in his 20s. What's he going to tell you?
He's my age, so he was in his 30s.
And that's
Yeah, what's he gonna tell me? You know what? And matter of fact, I got something I can preach to you about, sir. You know what I mean? About, sir. You know what I mean?
What do we get out of this episode?
You're starting to get gray hair, so I can.
So you can come ask us advice.
You've almost made it, dude. You're right there. No.
I don't know, man. I mean, it was gross. It was gross, but at this, he did apologize.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everything we try to do should reflect light back to Jesus.
That's true, but as a Christian too, you see your brother and do something stupid, dumb, questionable. Like you ain't got to. Yeah, you don't got to automatically. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I felt like a lot of. Like if you go on it, a lot of people
started clowning him right away hard.
And it's like, dang, I wish I could just follow you around every day and video you.
But
and then
there
but
be honest, these content creators that ragged him,
yeah,
they're almost, yes, they're Christian content creators, but they're almost like reporters. Like they wanted to be.
Yeah, you're feeding off of the shock value.
Absolutely.
Too. So you almost us, you know what I mean? Others are almost the same. Of I ain't letting you spit on my face.
Let me.
No. No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
No.
All right, man. Well, at the end of the day, we give grace. It was a stupid idea.
It was dumb.
I believe he is doing good things.
If you really want to redeem yourself, if you're watching this,
give me a free car.
Yeah.
I seen him giving cars like Oprah. Yeah. Give me a car.
Pay off my mortgage, dude, and you know what I mean?
Just share this content.
Yeah.
If he shares this content, like, boom, millions of followers.
I don't know if I can handle a bunch of haters like that on my thing. Talking smack.
Yeah.
I might have to hunt somebody down. I'm just joking.
All right, bro. That's it. That's all we want to talk about. But at the end of the day, love God and love people. That's it.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, thanks guys for tuning in to Lino and Chuck Deep. Again, we ask that you like, share, and subscribe. Tune in next time for another episode.
And check out some of the other episodes if you haven't seen them yet.